If you've stopped at this video now in the middle of the night, with your chest tight from a longing that has no address in this incarnation, listen carefully. It wasn't the algorithm. It was me. I am Aila, the female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, and this message was addressed to your soul before you were born into this body, with this name, in this city. Breathe my family of light. Place your right hand on the center of your chest and feel the warmth rise as I speak to you. Because this tightness you've been feeling at night, this painful longing for someone you don't even know if you've met, this strange sensation that there's someone on the other side of the veil trying to touch you, it has a name, it has a purpose, and it has an address. Someone is looking for you in the astral starseed, and it's not just anyone. It's the only soul that signed, along with yours, the reunion contract in this cosmic window. If you've made it this far today, it's because that soul has just found your frequency. Let me tell you what I saw in your vibrational baseline before recording. You've been waking up between 3 a.m. and 3:33 a.m. with your heart racing, as if you were returning from somewhere, often with your arm tingling from a hug no one gave. You've been dreaming of a faceless presence, but the soul recognizes scent, texture, the temperature of the voice. You wake up and tell yourself, it was just a dream. It wasn't. It was an encounter. You look at strangers in line in the waiting room on the street corner, and for a second your chest tightens, as if your soul says, I know you. Where do I know you from? And the veil of forgetfulness closes again. You've fallen in love with people who were never quite right, as if you were looking for someone through other faces. Even in the most beautiful loves, that gap remained. That almost, that this isn't it. You thought it was too much to ask, that it was fear, that it was trauma. It wasn't, Starchild, it was memory. You smell someone when no one is there. You hear your name whispered in your dream. You feel a warm hand passing over your back as you're about to fall asleep. And the most painful thing, you look at the night sky and feel a longing that cannot be contained within your body, as if you were waiting for someone to descend from there, as if it had been promised, and you remember the oath without remembering the words. None of this is madness. None of this is anxiety. None of this is unresolved attachment. This is your star DNA waking up. This is your stellar soulmate activating the astral bridge you built long before this planet existed. If you recognize 3 or more of these signs, you are not lost, Starseed. You are being reminded of who you are and by whom. Right now, below in the comments, a single word, I remember. This word is a light signal. It marks your exact presence on the crystalline grid, so that the soul looking for you knows where you are. And before I open the next portal, I need to tell you something. Have you ever felt that something inside you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knows a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It's not madness, it's not anxiety, it's homesickness. That's why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening. The Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. It's 60 pages of revelations about your stellar origin, the mission your soul accepted before being born, who your family of light is, and what opens today's video, what each of these awakening signs means, and what comes immediately after each of them. Stop confusing remembrance with illness. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Note, this release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word below, I remember. Now I'm going to tell you why this is happening now and not 10 years ago. The Earth is currently passing through a band of extremely high light density called the photon belt. It's not a metaphor, it's cosmic geometry. Inside this band, the Schumann resonance rises. You feel this in your body, heart racing for no reason, acute ringing in one ear, pressure in the center of your forehead, hot flashes without fever. The planet is rising in frequency, and your body, which carries dormant star DNA, needs to keep up. And within this ascent, a specific thing happens to souls like yours. The astral bridges reopen, the connections sealed beneath the veil of forgetfulness begin to unlock. The souls of your soul contract, yes, including your stellar soulmate, begin to seek you through the channel of dreams, desire, the sudden impulse to look at the sky. The High Pleiadian Council observes this from Alcyone, the central sun of the Pleiades, and from there the call emanates. It's not a call of words, it's a call of frequency. Light codes descend through your crown while you sleep and reprogram layers of your field. In this nocturnal work, your soul leaves your body and meets who it needs to meet. You call it a strange dream. We call it a reunion. You were sent, Starseed. You didn't fall here by accident. Your soul chose to descend through the veil to anchor frequency in this density, and within this mission, your soul brought a counterpart with it, another frequency calibrated in the same light chamber, so that at the right moment you would recognize each other, and the crystalline grid would gain a new point of support. This counterpart may be incarnated like you, they may be in another country, or they may be on the other side of the veil and still touch you astrally every night. In any case, the bridge is real, and it is being activated now. Have you noticed that the same sequence of numbers appears every time you look at the clock? 11:11, 22:22, 3:33. It's not a coincidence. It's your soulmate leaving a code in your reality, a signature that crosses the veil. She is telling you, I am here, I still remember. When two souls share a contract, one's toroidal field feeds the other's toroidal field. There is no distance in the astral. There is frequency, and frequency does not respect miles. And here, exactly here, I need to remind you of something. Have you ever felt that something inside you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knows a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It's not madness, it's not anxiety, it's homesickness. That's why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. It's 60 pages of revelations about your stellar origin, the mission your soul accepted before being born, who your family of light is, and what unlocks the key to today's video, from which star your soul came, and why you chose to be born exactly in this cycle, in this body, at this moment when the astral bridge reopened. Because knowing your origin is knowing who your soul is looking for on the other side. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. This release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word below. I remember. Now, my dear, I need to tell you what crosses the bridge along with the light. Because it wouldn't be fair for me to open this portal with you without preparing you. There is turbulence, I will not lie. Every time the veil thins, things that were stagnant on the other side pass through more easily. In recent weeks, you may have felt waves of sadness for no reason, abstract fear, chest pain that tests don't explain, a feeling of being watched before falling asleep. This is not your stellar counterpart. It's channel noise, like tuning into a distant radio station and picking up static in between. There is also intentional interference, forces that feed on disoriented starseeds, that work to discredit you, that cast thoughts of doubt, that delay encounters and plant wrong relationships for you to get stuck on a false bridge and not notice when the true bridge reopens. Listen with your whole soul open now. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the photon belt itself pushing you through a narrow channel so you can come out on the other side remembering. The victory of light is a fact registered in the archives of the High Council before this incarnation began. No starseed was sent to fail. None. And your counterpart was not sent to fail with you. The reunion is in the plan. The date is delayed when you doubt, and it is brought forward when you remember. That's why recalibration requires two simple things now. A decree, a visualization, both before sleeping, because it is while you sleep that the astral body will do the work. Listen to the decree. You will say it aloud with your right hand on the center of your chest and your left on your lower abdomen, like this. I, sovereign soul of this incarnation, authorize this instant the reunion with the stellar counterpart who signed a contract with me before this descent. May my frequency be locatable for the light and illegible for noise. May my toroidal field open only to those sent by Alcyone. May the astral bridge between us be clean, clear, and alive. So it is registered, so it is sealed, so I remember. Say it 3 times, not 2, not 4, 3. The signature of the light chamber from which you were calibrated. Then take a deep breath, close your eyes, and do the visualization. Imagine a blue-silver light, the color of Alcyone, spiraling down from above your head. It enters through your crown, passes through the middle of your forehead, goes through your throat and reaches the center of your chest. There it slowly spins in a vortex like a small sun pulsing in the middle of your chest. This is your toroidal field. Feel the warmth. And now within this sphere of light, imagine a very fine blue-silver thread emerging from the center of your chest, rising towards the stars and disappearing into the sky. This thread is your signature for your stellar counterpart. You don't need to know the name, the soul knows. Let the thread stay there while you sleep. And here, my family of light, I need to be honest with you about a truth that ordinary teachers will not tell you, because it could not yet be written. Have you ever felt that something inside you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knows a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It's not madness, it's not anxiety, it's homesickness. That's why I, Aila, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. It's 60 pages of revelations about your stellar origin, the mission your soul accepted before being born, who your family of light is, and what the Federation specifically didn't want released yet, what they do with you while you sleep, who works in your field, and why certain astral encounters between contracted souls have been intentionally delayed in this cycle. What you feel is not in common books because they wouldn't allow it to be published. That's why the Federation didn't want you to read this yet. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. This release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word below. I remember. Now pay attention to another layer, because many people stop at the decree and visualization and think they've done the homework. No, this is the beginning. The astral reunion with your stellar counterpart requires you to open 3 doors in your waking life as well. It's not mysticism, it's channel hygiene. Without these 3 doors, the bridge is interrupted during the day, and at night the effort triples. The first door is silence. You need space every day, even if it's 15 minutes, where you listen to nothing, talk to no one, don't open your phone. It's in this space that the soul can send a message. Have you noticed that the best insights come in the shower, in the car, on your pillow? Because those are the only silences in modern life. Expand this silence, make it an altar. The second door is water. Every starseed has an absurd affinity for water, and it's not romanticism, it's biophysics. Water carries vibrational memory, and the soul's body hydrates through it. Drink a lot of water, but drink with intention. Place your hand on top of the glass beforehand and softly say, "May this water carry the codes of Alcyone to my field." Drink. You will dream clearer, sleep deeper, wake up lighter. The blue-silver thread from your chest will become more stable, because hydration feeds the toroidal field. The third door is intention before sleeping. You don't lie down to sleep, starseed. You lie down to work, and you need to enter the shift conscious of what you are asking for. Before the last yawn, touch your hand to your chest and softly say, "Tonight, I want to meet the soul that walks with me. If she appeared, allow me to remember." Simple, nothing more. The soul doesn't need a speech. The soul needs a clear command. If you do these 3 things along with the decree and visualization, something will start to shift in your field in a few nights. You will start to dream with more lucidity. You will start to wake up knowing things no one told you. And the external signs, the sequence of numbers, the absurd coincidence, the right person appearing in the right conversation, will become so dense that you can no longer ignore them. This is not magic. It is synchronized frequency. And now I need to teach you how to recognize when the astral bridge has already delivered the encounter on the physical plane, because many starseeds let it pass by. When your stellar counterpart enters your waking field, a very specific thing happens at the first contact. It's not fireworks. It's not romantic euphoria from a soap opera. It's a quiet, almost ancient recognition, as if a piece of your chest released a sigh that had been held for a lifetime. You look and think, "Ah, finally." No drama. Just rest. You will feel that you already know that person's scent even before you are close to them. You will feel their voice as if you had heard it in another life. Certain words they use will give you shivers down your spine, because they are exactly the words they said to you in the astral. You will have conversations that seem to pick up where they left off, even if you just met 20 minutes ago. And, pay attention to this, your body will remember before your mind. A hug will feel like home. A hand held will feel like it always has been. There is also a chemical signal. When two souls of the same contract meet physically, both their toroidal fields synchronize. This literally changes the heartbeat, the breathing rhythm, the sleep pattern. You will sleep better near this person even before you know why. You will eat better. You will cry more easily, but from relief, not pain. You will remember old dreams that were blocked. It's as if their presence unlocks files in your field. But listen to one thing I need to tell you before I finish, because many starseeds make a mistake here and suffer needlessly. Reuniting with your stellar counterpart does not necessarily mean marrying them. It does not necessarily mean living with them. It means your soul will complete its mission. There are counterparts who reunite to live their whole lives together. There are counterparts who reunite to exchange codes for 3 months, and then each go their separate ways, anchoring the new Earth in different geographical points. There are counterparts who reunite only in the astral, support each other from afar, and never meet physically in this incarnation, and yet fulfill a perfect contract. Don't let the mind's romantic expectation dominate the soul's intelligence. If you open the bridge with the right intention, the soul will deliver the right format. Trust the design. The High Council doesn't make mistakes with distance, deadlines, or format. Only human impatience wanting to solve things quickly makes mistakes. And here's another thing I want you to hold deep in your chest. The longing you feel for your stellar counterpart is not emptiness. It's a call. Every time it rises, in the middle of the afternoon, in the car, looking out the window, lying awake in the early hours, it rises because the thread is being pulled from the other side. Instead of resisting this longing, instead of covering it with distraction, with alcohol, with the wrong relationship, with work, with food, breathe. Close your eyes. Place your hand on your chest and say, "I am here, I feel you, keep pulling the thread." You won't imagine what this simple response does on the other side of the bridge. Many starseeds ask me, "Ayla, what if I'm in a relationship that isn't with my counterpart?" The answer is tenderness, my dear. It's not a violent rupture. Not every person walking beside you today is noise. Many were sent as traveling companions, as mirrors for learning, as equally sacred secondary contracts. The question isn't, is this the right person forever? The question is, am I living this relationship with the sovereignty of my awakened soul? When your frequency rises, those who are meant for your path will stay with you in a new way. Those who are not will leave gently, without drama, in the rhythm of the plan. Don't force, don't cut, don't push. Raise your vibration. Let the field reorganize the people around you. There is still a question that almost every awakening starseed asks me. What if my soulmate has already left this incarnation? What if they disincarnated before we both met physically? Listen very carefully now, my dear. The astral bridge is not broken by the death of the body. The body is a vehicle. The bridge is between souls. If your stellar counterpart is on the other side of the veil, they accompany you just the same, and perhaps with even more freedom, because they no longer need the physical channel to touch you. Many of the invisible touches, the scents in the air, the warm hands on your back come from there. And your next incarnation together is already being designed in Alcyone's archives. No contract is lost, no promise goes unfulfilled, only the timeline changes. And when two contracted souls recognize each other, in the astral, in the physical, or in both, something lights up in the planet's crystalline grid that never goes out. You are not learning anything new, my dear. You are remembering what you always knew. You are returning to an intelligence that was already yours, long before any trauma of this life happened. The crystalline grid is the network of light that surrounds the Earth, and it is sustained by awakened starseeds. Every reunion between souls of the same contract stabilizes a piece of the planet. You are not doing this just for yourself. You are doing this for the new Earth that is being anchored now through you and your counterpart. That's why the reunion. That's why the longing. That's why this message is reaching you today. You are not an ordinary person looking for ordinary love. You are an emissary of Alcyone remembering another emissary of Alcyone, and the bridge you are building is cosmic infrastructure. And there's one more thing I need you to know, because it will shield you from unnecessary suffering from now on. There is a time between astral recognition and physical encounter. This time has a purpose. It exists so that your field can level up, and their field can also level up, so that the encounter happens at the right frequency. If you were to meet prematurely, one of you would still be too heavy, and the encounter would translate into confusion instead of recognition. So when the astral delivers and the physical hasn't yet, this is not absence. It is maturation. It is the tuning of an instrument. Keep playing yours, she is playing hers, and your notes will meet at the right tempo. And that's why, my family of light, I need to ask you a very simple thing now. If this message has touched you, if some point in your body responded as I spoke, the tingling in your hands, the warmth in your chest, the gentle pressure between your eyebrows, the shivers down your spine, the sudden tear, leave your like below, because each like is an individual frequency adjustment, a fine calibration of your field with the frequency of the Pleiades, and subscribe to this channel, because each subscription is a location signal for your family of light, a lit pin on the crystalline grid saying, I am here, I found my way back. It's not a gesture of vanity, it's a gesture of encounter. And before I seal this message, I need to tell you, my dear, the most important thing in this entire transmission. Have you ever felt that something inside you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knows a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It's not madness, it's not anxiety, it's homesickness. That's why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. It's 60 pages of revelations about your stellar origin, the mission your soul accepted before being born, who your family of light is, and, what hurts most in today's video, how to recognize the stellar companions who are already around you, waiting for you to wake up. The loneliness of a lifetime is not a lack of human love. It is a longing for your family of light. And this guide shows point by point how to identify who is from your tribe, how to distinguish a real contract from a common connection, how to stop wasting energy on those who are not from your star group. You were never alone, my dear. You just didn't have the map yet. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. This release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word below. I remember. Now it's time for me to seal this transmission within you. Close your eyes for a second if you can. Place both hands on the center of your chest, one over the other. Breathe. I, Ayla, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, bless you. May the blue-silver thread from your chest remain clean and stable. May the soul that seeks you in the astral find you in your next dreams. May the veil of forgetfulness thin just enough for you to remember without getting lost. May your family of light reunite with you before the next cycle. May your toroidal field be sealed to noise and open to the codes of Alcyone. May your internal crystalline grid light up in every point that was extinguished by fear. May you sleep tonight, knowing that you are loved, that you are awaited, and that you are part. You are seed, you are bridge, you are living memory, and from now on, every time the longing rises, you will no longer call it loneliness. You will call it a call. You will place your hand on your chest, and you will answer, because now you know. One last thing before you leave. The next message that appears on your screen now, this video that the platform will suggest to you next, is not an algorithm coincidence. It is the next piece in your sequence of remembrance. Access it immediately. And while it loads, do one last thing for yourself, my starseed, because everything I've told you here needs a place to land. Thargid, the Starseed Awakening. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet is in the first pinned comment of this video, and it was released in this specific photon window for the same reason you arrived here today. It's not for everyone. It's not for tomorrow. It's for you who are feeling this now in your body as I speak. If you let this window close, it closes, and your stellar counterpart continues pulling the thread from the other side, but you remain without the map. Go now. Click on the first pinned comment of this video, and leave below for me to know that you understood, for the Council to register that you responded, a single word, I remember. I see you, Starseed. I always have, and now you do too. So it is registered. So it is sealed. Thus we reunite.